Hello everyone, here we are at the end of the first week of the summer term. We have done some collation of student feedback on their remote learning experience of week one, and I thought you might appreciate hearing some of that student feedback and also being able to use that as you plan your lessons as we head into week two. So by way of some feed forward to help shape our practice going into week two. Okay, so some feedback, a bit of a summary of the feedback. We have gathered feedback this week across year groups. For year 7, 8, 9, 10 and 12 have all been surveyed by different staff. And this presentation seeks to gather that all together and summarise it for you. So some great stuff going on at the moment, really positive week. The use of Teams for form period has been a triumph, and the contact with teachers is really valued, whether that's through the Teams chat or through some of the live teaching that's been going on in year 12 that people have trialled. So thank you for that. Use of Teams going down really well. There's a great variety of tasks being set now on Firefly. The videos that are pre-recorded are especially valued. The students being able to hear your voice and hear you demonstrate things and see you demonstrate things on a screen is going down really well, so thank you. Marking and feedback is happening in a really timely way. Students are appreciative of knowing what they're doing well and what they need to improve on, so thank you for that. And interestingly, the lower years are really appreciating the structure of a timetable, whereas the year 12 like the fact that they don't have to stick to a timetable. So that flexibility seems to be working well for the moment, which is great. So lots of really good feedback from this week, lots of positives out of this week, and the vast majority of the feedback has been hugely positive. In terms of shaping things going forward, there are some things that I know that might be helpful for you as you plan your lessons into next week. So there is some feed forward for you too. So a bit of feed forward, the things that we need to refine in our practice to make things even better as we go into week two. Firstly, a big thing, especially for year 7, 8 and 9, is being able to identify the right tasks on the right day. One of the things that can really help with that is making sure that labelling of Firefly tasks is really clear. So if you can label your task with the name of your subject and the date of the lesson, so for example, it might be maths, Monday, and the date of that particular day. So for example, for tomorrow it might be maths, Monday the 27th of April. That means that students can very quickly and easily identify which task they should do on which day. The filtering function on Firefly for some is proving quite challenging. So just to help with organisation, if you label the subject and the date of the lesson really clearly, I think that will help. One of the things that students have also valued is that some challenge tasks are really clearly identified as being optional. So if everyone can move to a situation where we have things signposted that are challenge tasks as optional, that would be fantastic. And then students who perhaps can't cope with the challenge task don't feel intimidated by it. Thirdly, please continue to make sure that there is an extension task or stretch and challenge materials available. For the very brightest students, they are finding that they're getting a lot out of those, and that is important for them to feel that they are stretched. So keep on going with those stretch and challenge and extension tasks. Fourthly, and quite a big one, the year 9 and year 10, the self-directed revision slot, the fourth slot of the day, is proving problematic. We've had quite a bit of parental feedback where students are finding it difficult to self-direct in this time. So they need very clear signposting to materials. So it's important that departments have the revision materials set up and are making sure that those are going out to students, because otherwise some students seem to be floundering in terms of what it is exactly they need to do. I know that Phil Moffat, as head of Year 9, has been in touch with heads of department from a Year 9 perspective. When it comes to Year 10, we are currently in the process of setting up a revision hub for Year 10, and I'll be in touch with heads of the department about that soon. Not too much really needed, but just making sure that the right things are in the right place for Year 10 to be able to find for revision. So more on that coming soon. A couple of final things: keep videos short, 10 to 15 minutes where possible, as you would do in a lesson. You don't want them watching a 30-minute video. They tend to lose their focus and concentration. So where possible, keep the videos short. I know sometimes you might have to have them a bit longer, but do keep them short if you can. And finally, and a really important one, some of us have been caught out by Firefly in trying to put polls and links in Firefly class test and assignment pages. Do have a look at Tom's email. He does give some really good workarounds for making sure that you don't have technical issues with Firefly on that front. So please make sure that you do have a read of his email from Friday, because you will fall foul of that otherwise, and it would be a shame if your planning went to waste, as I think some of us felt this week. There was a bit of frustration around that. So do look out for Tom's email, have a read of it, and if you've got any questions, send them my way, or I'm sure Tom will be happy to answer them too. Okay, and just to finish very quickly, I just wanted to share with you some of the feedback that we've had from parents that have come through in emails this week. These are a snapshot. You can see there's some really positive feedback. A huge difference in the work that's been set today compared to before Easter. That was in day 1 of our remote learning provision. Really lovely one. Just wanted to say I'm very impressed and thankful for all the amazing work that Year 12 teachers and Year 10 teachers have undertaken despite the current situation. I know that all the preparations that have been undertaken by all teachers has been excellent, in particular given their they undoubtedly will have their own technical and personal challenges, and it's obvious that yourself and the other staff are working very hard to support the children during this difficult time, and it's much appreciated. And a final one: very challenging times for all, and we appreciate all the hard work that you're all putting in at the moment. So there we go, round up, really successful first week. Thank you so much for all you're doing. It really is having an impact on pupil learning. We do still have parents who of course will continue to be challenging, and we just need to keep doing what we're doing and putting the students at the centre of our practice, and helping them to be the very best that they can be. Thank you for all your efforts and have a great week. I hope this is helpful in helping you shape your provision going into week 2. Have a great week.